Coming to you live from an undisclosed location, it is the No Bullshit Radio Podcast, starring Ben and TJ.
Yeah! What do we got today, Ben?
Well, it appears that the individual who played Uncle Phil on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air TV show, starring Will Smith, has recently passed away. And one thing we know him from specifically was he did the voice of the Shredder.
Yeah, I could give a fuck less about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm all about the Shredder.
Yeah. I mean,
that was the villain of my childhood.
Yeah, I never really made the connection when I was younger either. I didn't really watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think I was more of a Blossom fan, personally.
Blossom.
Yeah, there was something about her, really got the juices flowing.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Yeah. So they did play. They did make a little clip on.
So how did he die? What did he die of?
I don't know.
Did the turtles finally kick his ass a little too hard?
Yeah, I think they finally cut it to him.
Cowabunga!
Or maybe he saw what the new Turtles cartoon looked like and it devastated him.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah. Well, they've rebooted it probably about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's like one franchise. They continue like turning it over and just raping it again on the other side.
Absolutely. I think they made it CGI too, as they did with all animated shows that were.
Do they still use lame 80s like lingo, like radical?
No. I think they did away with that, and I also think that they stopped talking about pizza every 2 seconds too.
That fucking
I think
sucks.
that they pretty much did away with that. I think the sponsorship with Domino's ended.
That's like doing Harry Potter, but he has no magical powers. This is what Harry Potter would be like if he was just a normal guy.
Yeah, he
just has a lot of issues because he was raised shitty. Goes through a lot of emotional problems. Gets hooked on a lot of pills.
You know what? I forgot to stop the fucking music.
Stop that music.
That's gaffe number 1 right there. Here's the
falling apart.
First day of the year also brings some somber news out of Hollywood. Actor James Avery, which well known to many as Uncle Phil from the 90s show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, has died.
I'm not going to punish you today. Maybe not even tomorrow. See, I need to think a long, long time about just what I'm going to do with you.
I am your master. You will bow to my superior will.
Or maybe next week.
Unless, of course, you're not in the mood.
In the meantime,
he has a very authoritative voice. I guess had.
Yeah.
The man who played Uncle Phil's son, actor Alfonso Ribeiro, tweeted today, "I am deeply saddened to say that James Avery has passed away. He was a second father to me. I will miss him greatly." Joining me now is Lisa Rispers-Branch, who's CNN Digital.
Doesn't Twitter kind of encourage lazy journalism now? Like before, they used to have to get someone out there to get a comment from the person.
No, that takes too long. It's easier to just read a tweet on the air.
Yeah.
Like CNN is just like a mechanism for you to find out what's going on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like they literally like every time you ever watch CNN, they always gotta like look at what this person tweeted about this subject. It's like, what the fuck? If I wanted Twitter, I'd go to Twitter.
It's almost like the tweet itself is a news story now.
I wish they treated my tweets like that.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what the amazing atheist said about this.
Yeah, the story goes on a little bit more here. I'll play a little bit more of what they covered on CNN today just to see how they found a way to stretch this out to fill a little more time on their 24-hour news cycle. Their website seems to be running pretty slow, so I think this is bogging down their bandwidth there.
Lisa, what do we know? First of all, welcome.
News.
Thank you.
What do we know about how he died?
Well, right now we don't have an exact cause of death. It is reported that he's been in ill health for the past couple of years.
I think the
but he was
cactus
such
in
a
his
beloved
ass might have had
character on
something to
that
do with
show. I mean, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a great show, and so many people enjoyed
What
it
about
while it was
Ninja
on.
Turtles?
We did. I mean, it's just sort of one of those
Come on,
milestones
you're not
on
speaking to
television
my
that
generation.
You remember your life by. He's the second person to be involved with this program that died, right?
Yes, one of the producers, Jeffrey E. Pollock, passed away recently. It appears that he collapsed while he was out jogging. He was big into fitness. He was well known for being a director of the movie Booty Call, but he was also one of the producers of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was in partnership with Benny Medina, who is a superstar man.
All right, well, he ain't getting any deader.
Yeah, So they'll.
It's kind of funny to think that Shredder was like a fat black dude.
Managing folks like.
I always kind of
considering he was a muscular little Asian dude.
Yep, Japanese assassin.
Wait, no, it was Oroku Saki.
Oroku Saki. Yeah, and I kind of liked how his clan was called the Foot Clan.
The Foot Clan, because they all have foot-long penises. And then they get replaced with robots. So.
Yeah, they had something big against anyone dying.
Yeah, but you can always kill a robot.
Yes, robot killing was okay. That's why
all of them were. Yeah, so the turtles could like slice them up and fucking chop them into pieces because no one gives a shit if you just spray some gears everywhere.
And that's why a Transformers cartoon back then was relatively violent too.
Yeah, because that's how they got around violence in children's cartoons. Is just make it a robot or an alien or something, because then people don't care. But if it's a person, you can't have the turtles just straight up decapitate some motherfucker and have blood spraying everywhere.
Yeah, this is going off on kind of a tangent too, but I always, even as a kid, I used to watch the G.I. Joe cartoon, and I always used to think that it was strange that these highly trained paramilitary experts on both sides, one with blue lasers, one with red lasers, could never pull off a shot. There was all these lasers flying through the air, but nobody ever got hit.
I never gave a fuck about Transformers other than the theme song. I always liked the theme song.
That was pretty awesome.
I like the part where they go, I don't even like the main part where it's like, Transformers, more than meets the eye. I always liked the really lyrically clumsy part when they were like, Autobots wage their war against the evil forces of the Decepticons.
That was back when TV shows actually had theme songs with lyrics that described the show, which was kind of interesting.
They should bring that back. Just have lyrics that describe what's going to happen.
I always found that the Gummy Bears theme song pretty well described the show.
Yeah. Why was there a Gummy Bears show anyway? It's just to sell more Gummy Bears, right?
I think so.
So you watch the show and you're like, I'd like to eat that character. Bring me a bag of Gummy Bears. I used to make my Teddy Grahams fight each other.
Do you remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah, I had a Teddy Ruxpin.
My cousin used to feed cheese to his Teddy Ruxpin while it was talking, so it always had like this crusty, like moldy cheese around its mouth all the time. But anyway, I think
that person has a feeder fetish.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny.
Right now, your cousin is like sitting there with like a fat girl, giving her more and more cake, and she's like, "Yeah, baby, eat it, eat it."
Wow.
Oh yeah.
The funny thing is that you don't even realize the relevance of that statement. But the weird thing is that he is a vegan now, so he would have a moral dilemma with feeding cheese to his toy bear.
Oh, that's too sad. Yeah. That's too sad.
So, I
bet you wakes up. Oh no, Teddy Ruxpin, don't eat the cheese. Don't eat the cheese, Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh man, you put some cow tits through some brutal process for that.
Yeah, the cows like it, I mean, it's like, to them, it's like getting jerked off, really it is. You sit there, I mean, like, the cow is a big animal. If it really wanted to walk away, it could, but it likes them titties being squeezed. I mean, that's stressful having all that milk in there.
Yeah, sometimes they just look like they're going to explode, so I can see how that would be a release. Kind of like taking a piss and getting a nipple tweak at the same time.
Yeah, like if your nipples could piss milk, you'd be wanting to relieve that too. I mean, like anytime there's like excess liquid in your body, it's a relief to get it out of there. So I think the cows are probably pretty happy with it.
I'm kind of thinking what a shame this is just a technical test, because there's some gold being spewed here on the YouTubes right now.
We can release it as an outtake.
Okay. Do you think we should stop it now?
Yeah, let's see how it sounds.
All right.
Let's listen back to it and
all right.
see if there's any problems with the audio or anything.
Okay.